Today is the 1st of December and with me today I have my friend Rob, and the director of Ash Japanese is actually going to be on camera as much as possible if he doesn't cover his face. Because today is actually the very first day when they release the Fullmetal Alchemist movie, and it's bright and early. We're going to watch it straight away, first morning show, and we're going to give you an awesome review of how this movie is, if it's actually worth watching and what's great about it. So let's go.
Let's go!
Let's go! You know, the special thing is why actually all three of us are in this video is Rob's favorite anime is Fullmetal Alchemist. I am actually slightly new to it, like I've watched bits of it, never finished it, so I come on it from a different perspective for those of you who haven't actually watched it yet or don't know as much about it. And the director of Ash Japanese used to make it! He used to make it! So yeah, now you know a secret of the director of Ash Japanese. Isn't that cool?
And maybe this is the first time I speak English in the video, so watch!
It's the very first time he's speaking English on camera as well today. You're in for a total treat!
I have a question.
Yes.
So you guys, what do you expect?
I expect one of the best anime adaptations of really any anime. Yeah, so seeing as it is my favorite anime, I have high expectations, but I do believe that the love of this anime and the manga will show in the production of this film. So I'm excited.
Very positive. See, one thing I find with Japanese movies, they're great, but when you think back of Death Note, the special animation wasn't so good, so it took you a little bit out of the movie. So I hope this time the special animations are going to be better. I looked at the preview and it looked quite promising, so hopefully the special effects won't take me out of the movie. We're going now into the Kabukicho area. Ah, there he is! There he is! Check him out! We got Godzilla! Godzilla! Gojira, Gojira, and mini Gojira.
So guys,
yes.
Alright.
Now it's time
Now
to
it's
go!
time! We're so excited! Better be good. You should put your face in. Put your face in. No, not your coat. Your face.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Bye bye!
하가렌즈치 CD.
What?
Oh. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Already. 3, 2, 1. You're not doing it.
So we came back.
Yes, we're gonna give you 5 points about what we think about the movie, going for story, character casting, music, BGM, and the general overview. So let's start with the story.
Oh boy.
So guys, you know this better because you've actually watched the whole, well, you watched the whole thing, you made the whole thing. So I'm coming here from a completely different perspective. I only watched bits and pieces, I didn't watch it complete.
First, the story was well composed, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because it's like a 10 or 15 comic books into the one movie.
Alright.
Right?
64 episodes of the anime for Brotherhood.
Okay, so it's like squished loads and loads of storyline into the movie, and it's as such. But so was it close to the actual manga or the anime, or did it kind of go away?
It's difficult because when I think of something going away, I think of more the 2006 series, which sort of goes off on its own thing, whereas this, it has all the pieces there, but removes some and kind of switches things around more so than I would say goes in its own direction. So it does, just not in a way that other versions have gone.
Right, okay.
But it was like got lots of points. Like I mean, some points are very based on the anime or manga. So very well,
Right.
I think.
Right. For someone who has not watched it, it looked for me for a completely good connected storyline, to be honest. I could follow it easily. Even some of the Japanese words were pretty hard. I kind of could follow who does which and how it all connects together in the end. So it was actually quite comprehensive, even not knowing the storyline. And luckily they didn't do what Attack on Titan did and go a complete different direction with the live stream movie. So it's good. It was actually, if you guys would say it's pretty close to a storyline, I think people will be happy about it.
But just one thing I say, like the last scene is kind of rushed. Very rushed.
I would agree with that. It just felt we have this pacing, good pacing, and then just at the end it's just and just kind of stops, in my opinion. And that kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, oh, it's over, sort of.
All right, so you kind of expected it to go on from there. Right. See, I didn't pick up on that as much. We're trying to talk about this way so you guys, like, we're not spoiling your stuff. That's very, very important. So you can still enjoy the movie yourself. Okay, anything you want to add, or shall we go to cast?
Cast.
Let's go to the cast.
Hughes is the best.
Yes, yes, I agree full-heartedly. I would also add, though, that aside from being the best, I really genuinely feel that every character had a great actor to go along with them. There was one character who I sort of said, who are you based on? And then it took me a few seconds, but I immediately got it as soon as they started talking. So I was really happy with the cast, because I know with other projects sometimes the casting doesn't do so hot. This one felt very, very well put together.
Okay.
And Ed is handsome.
And he's not a squirt, so.
Yeah, well, everyone says he's very small, but in the end he's actually not that small.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. You can't really change the size of an actor. I think they casted him for his skills instead. Also, I was like, where is his ponytail? But it was there.
Yes, it was hiding
It was
back
hiding
there.
a little bit, so the ponytail was there. Glad about that.
His hairstyle is kind of different from manga Edo or anime Edo.
Yeah, but
the anime or manga Edo has something antenna.
Oh
yeah, that was in there.
Yeah.
And also what I found, like, he was the one who dyed his hair. There were a couple of actors in the movie who dyed their hair, but there were one or two who actually wore wigs. And I look out for that kind of stuff.
Oh,
because
you're
it
right.
worries me.
I felt like wigs are a little bit strange.
Yeah, it didn't quite work. Like, I find it good because there's so much action in the movie, because the hair keeps flying, they keep flying about, that you need to, like, dye your hair for it to really work. So, glad they did that.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Poor. Where are you going with Hawkeye? What's...
She just holds guns and run.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, that's a lot of what she does in the other versions as well. But she does have a lot more character as well.
So she used to be like a strong female protagonist, but she's kind of not as strong in the movie.
I wouldn't say strong, she just didn't have much to do.
Yeah, she didn't do much, to be honest. But you could see that there was a kind of connection between those two characters, even not knowing the long storyline, I think. So that was interesting. I actually like the enemies.
Oh, really? I wanted to ask you about that.
Lust was a really cool character.
Yeah.
Lust worked really well. Like, the other two didn't get so much, like Gluttony and Envy.
Envy.
They didn't get so much screen time.
Envy. Envy.
Oh.
To be honest, my favorite character is Envy.
Oh.
He should be more, you know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, movie-wise, I think Lust was the best. She was sexy, she was like on top, and in the end, I could feel like I could understand certain things that she did, so I really liked her. Whenever she came on screen, I was like, you're sexy.
Yeah. Speaking of Lust, there's a connection here. The wardrobe design I also really like for all the characters too.
The costumes were kind of cool.
Yeah. There was maybe one time where I could see that it was very manufactured at a certain point, and I said, but aside from that, it all looked really genuine, and it matches what I would imagine them wearing, so I really like that. They did very well there.
They didn't make it too cosplay, and I must say, the thing that looked the best were the uniforms. The military uniforms, they looked really smart.
It was so nice.
They look good on guys, they look good on girls.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that looks hot.
Those.
Like, it was really cool.
It was very natural too. It looked like a uniform, which I see other movies that have like a lot of sheen on things. So I like it.
Yeah, it didn't look too like out of like Unreal or something like that.
Yeah.
Also, setting-wise, what it really threw me is like, you know, that tower. They brought that in straight at the start, and it was like, that looks so real. Like, they really found a place that looked like that. So what I found interesting, which I picked up in the ending credits, they actually shot parts of it in Italy. So if you're from Italy, you'll be happy because there are parts of Italy in there as well.
Funny because it's based on Germany.
Yeah.
So that kind of threw me off too. Because I could see, I said, aren't we supposed to be somewhere like Germany? But it's alright, it's alright.
It's Italy, and...
Oh, well done.
Yeah, I must say, like, I expected Death Note quality CGI.
Oh boy.
I did not get Death Note quality CGI. It was really, really good. And I think that really made the movie better because it needs so much CGI. Like from the start to the end, the CGI was good.
It
like,
was good.
I agree. I do have one point that sort of ties into story as well, is that it's a story about alchemy. And the alchemy CGI looked really well done, but throughout the movie I sort of felt there wasn't much alchemy being done. Whereas in the manga and the anime, it's basically forever present. Whereas this, it had a lot more drama, which I feel was necessary for, you know, a condensed version. But at the same time I said, I want to see more, I want to see more, I want to see more!
I see.
So.
I found with the CGI, I think it got to a point when it was so good that I felt sick. Like during the ending, the finale, there were like several scenes that I had to like watch like this.
I saw that. I was wondering what was going on.
It's some things were just like, if you guys are used to stuff like that, but I just couldn't watch certain things. Some things were really gruesome. So it's good CGI there.
Good, so good.
It was very Japanese cheesy.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, American CGI usually tops it up a little bit more. It was, in some places, I found the CGI was very shiny or very round. Like, to make it a bit more realistic, it could have, like, add a couple of pores to it or something. Like, make it more rough, but it was a lot better than what I expected it to be.
So, like, first 10 minutes I was into the movie. It was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Very action.
Yes.
Lots of action. Seriously,
very
lots of action. They made that work well.
Every time I saw a scene, I'm thinking, I was going through my head how it tied into the anime and manga, and I said, oh, okay. And then there's action. I said, oh, okay. So it was really, really intense in some parts.
It starts with a bang. Like, the very first scene that you get is the brothers when they're children starting the alchemy, and then they cut it at a certain point and bring you back straight into the storyline, which I thought was a clever idea.
Yeah.
I think there's a thing that you're not allowed to show kids injured on movies and on TV, but they went around it a really good way because later on you get to see the end of the scene. So that was really cleverly done, I think.
I was thinking about that. Now that all makes sense.
Because I don't think you can or you should show injured kids on TV or movies, so they kind of found a way around it to still show you the scene without having the injured shots. That's the only thing casting-wise I must say. I found the kids' actors weren't really good, to be honest. That's one of them was okay, but the other one who actually played the main character wasn't as good, I think. It threw me a little bit when I thought, okay, they're kid actors, but then again, you know, but they're only there for a short moment, so it's not a big loss.
I guess I have a point going back to cast real quick about the acting in general. And this is more of a Japanese film thing than I guess what I'm used to, but the acting, I see a lot of subtlety in a lot of their acting, and it sort of throws me for a bit until I get used to it. So, but I agree with the child actors. It's always difficult though to be a great child actor and stand out. So
I find what I saw in the acting, it's very Japanese acting. So in a way there are some things omitted between the characters, but you'd feel that there's some tension between them, but it's not specifically shown. Which I thought, all right, yeah, even though it's set in a kind of European setting, it is still like a Japanese production. It's still based on a Japanese manga, so they're kind of, the way that people interact is still very Japanese culture in it. They tried to take it out a little bit, but it's very much present.
yes.
Alright, next.
All right.
Was it music?
Music. Well, I guess I'm completely biased because I just absolutely love the soundtrack for Brotherhood. It all ties in. It's very emotional. It's very driven, and music has played a large role with me. So every time I saw a scene, I'm thinking, even there was a lot of times when there was no music, and I'm thinking you could just add anything here and it would make it so much better. There was a few times near the end where they had good tracks, but throughout the most part I'm thinking I want more. But what I heard wasn't bad. I just wanted to see something different, I guess.
Well, sound effects wise, they had the correct sound effects when something came like towards you and boom. We watched this, to be fair, in an IMAX cinema, so we had great sound quality. But as you guys say, maybe a bit more music or soundtrack wouldn't have harmed. To be honest, when you say emotional, I cried twice during this movie.
Really?
Twice.
I caught both of them, so.
Oh, you caught. Yeah, I went. When I started crying, you looked, and then you looked. So you both picked up on it at the same time. So at least once you picked up on it. I was literally like,
Oh no! And oh boy,
yeah, there are a couple of good scenes. I found it watching it, even not knowing the characters and not having the time to establish an emotional connection with them. I still felt moved to tears. There are a couple of very tough things in there, and the characters suffer a lot.
Yeah. That's, I think, the overall thing of the anime and manga in general is suffering, to be honest.
Lots of suffering.
Indeed.
Everything has a price.
It's true.
So, summary.
Summary.
Each and every one of us. What I could really see is that the Fullmetal Alchemist movie was made with the foreign audience in mind. With an international foreign audience in mind. So I was waiting for kind of semi-German words, semi-German signs, but I didn't see anything of that. There was a lot of English used. There was like hospital, cannery, everything was like being very, very English. So, and also in the end credits, they had not only the kanji, like the Japanese signs of every actor, they wrote it down in Roman letters, so foreigners could understand it straight away. So I think this time they learned from Death Note and the movies that came out afterwards that they have a big fan audience abroad. So they kept that in mind when they made the movie. So I think it's definitely gonna get released abroad because it's popular already here. There are many fans abroad, and they made it mainly in English so people could go, like, even the maps were in English, and that was really sad because I was expecting more German, to be honest. I was like, okay. But then, you know, they tried to aim it now towards the foreign audience. That's what really stood out for me.
Fair enough. There was, just as an aside, there was one point where every time they were on the train, I could see that little gold placard on the wall, and I'm like trying to squint really hard. It was either in Italian or German and English.
It was in Italian and in English, so because they filmed parts of it in Italy.
That's why. I was thinking it's either part of the set or either German and they actually intended, but it's part of the set.
There's absolutely no German in that movie. I'm very sad about that. Same thing that they did with Attack on Titan. Like, it's like supposed to be set in a kind of quasi-Germany, but they took that out, and I think that's sad. You know, if you love the original storyline, at least keep it a little bit to that. You can't just say, you know, take something that's supposed to be set in a certain country and then just make it all unified. I found it sad. I mean, it's good that it's for an international audience, but they didn't have to take the German parts out of it for it to happen, but well, there's just a German in me, that's very sad.
I guess, to be fair, a lot of the German elements that are relevant weren't really present in the movie. There were a few things I'm sure he might have in mind too, but overall I think it still worked.
Okay. What? Final point about the movie?
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10? Ooh, that's not much. You made the anime partly, so is there a personal reason why you're only giving it 3 out of 10?
Yes.
Because I love the anime or manga so much, so
yeah, it's special place.
Kind of disappointed, to be honest.
Alright, you're disappointed. Oh, that's why.
But the story is very well composed and the cast was pretty nice.
Hey, director says 3 out of 10. How much would you give it? How many points?
I would give it 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. I would give it higher. I'm trying to push away because I know if I were to just wholeheartedly say the anime and manga in mind, I'd go a bit lower. But I have to remember this is an adaptation for a movie where, since you can't do everything, you have to do something. And I feel with a lot of what they did works for the movie. But if you're going in with the expectations of just live action anime, you're gonna be disappointed. But I still think it was a good movie. It was. I enjoyed it.
For someone who didn't watch Roger Herd and stuff properly, I would give it actually 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. It had nice character developments. I felt emotionally attached even though I hadn't watched the anime. I enjoyed the CGI. I enjoyed the characters. So generally, as someone who doesn't know this series, I'm obviously more detached from the whole thing. So I'd say 8 out of 10 for a movie. I would watch it again.
Maybe everyone enjoyed their own point of view.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. Good. That was our review. I hope you enjoyed this.
And we got...
Oh, yes. In Japan, you got actually a book when you entered the cinema. That was a special at Toho Cinema. So you get a special book. That's like the story 0. So before the movie starts, that's the story. So there are also a couple of characters in there that I obviously don't know that you guys know from actually knowing the anime and the storyline. It's like a special booklet that contains the manga part, and then it contains an extra part about talking about the movie, I think, at the back of it. Like where they went in Italy and stuff like that. Unfortunately, abroad you probably can't see that, but yeah, that's a special bonus we got when we went to the cinema. It was pretty cool.
It was good.
So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to share this with Fullmetal Alchemist fans, and we'll catch you here soon on Ashtabase. Guys, 3, 2, 1.